Vargas and the Vargas family. There's little Vargas, there's Vargas Jr., and there's my wife driving. And we're on our way to leave my kids with my mom so we can go see Avengers Endgame. It's really early in the morning. The theater that we're gonna go to doesn't open this early. It opens like at 12 p.m. And yeah, we're looking forward to seeing. I'm super excited to see this movie. I've avoided social media as much as I can. I don't want anything spoiled. I'm really hyped for the movie. It looks like it's gonna be really, really good. I got everything. I got my Infinity Gauntlet all set to go. This is the last thing I took to a movie theater. I actually did I take it to Infinity War? I don't remember. So I got when this thing came out, and I got the very first thing that I ever took to a movie theater, my Iron Man helmet. My wife doesn't want me to take it, but I'm gonna take it because I'm a nerd. Yeah. Well, I'm a geek. I'm not a nerd. Nerds are smart, and I'm a geek. So yeah, we're gonna leave the kids because it's a 3.5-hour movie, and I don't think and my wife also thinks that our kids aren't gonna be able to take that long a movie. So we're gonna leave them with my mom, come back to the movie theater, make the line for the popcorn and stuff. I'm not gonna drink any soda. I'm not gonna drink nothing. Because there's not gonna be like a pause in the movie, and it's a 3.5-hour movie. 4 if you count all the trailers and commercials that they're probably gonna put in. So it's gonna be. I'm used to it. I mean, I marathon the 4-hour Lord of the Rings extended cut, so I hope I can pull it off. That was when I was young. Now I'm old, so maybe I won't. But really, really hyped for the movie. Really looking forward to it. It's been a year since Infinity War, since the snap that traumatized a whole bunch of people, and I want to see how they resolve that. You have to know that everyone's gonna come back because they already announced the next Spider-Man movie, so at least Spider-Man's gonna come back, I guess. My wife's also sporting her Spider-Man shirt. I have my Avengers shirt. Got Bucky cap for Spider-Man and Iron Man himself. So really want to see how they resolve this. Really want to see how they fix everything that happened with Thanos and the snap. So yeah, see you guys at the movie theater, and then once we're done with the movie, just give you a quick thoughts. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone because Lord knows I've avoided any sort of spoiler. So yeah, we'll see you again. Bye. Hey there, YouTube. This is Vargas recording from somewhere that's not the Vargas vault. It's been a couple of hours since we got out from seeing Avengers. Me and the wife, like I said, we caught a really early, surprisingly early showing of Avengers Endgame. The movie theater that we frequent, that's close by, usually opens like at 12, and because of the high demand of the Avengers movie, they open at 9:40. So I want to take my kids. Honestly, I love taking my kids to anything, but my wife, maybe rightfully so, didn't agree that they might, stay still for 3 hours and however minutes long the movie was, and it might have too much actions and explosion. It didn't have that much, except at the end. It was more character driven. So I left the kids with my mom, like I mentioned, and still sporting my Avengers shirt with the big three: Iron Man, Thor. Well, this is Bucky cap, but still Captain America, and Spider-Man. And to the movie theater, I took my Iron Man helmet and the Infinity Gauntlet that I bought last year for Infinity War, and a lot of people reacted really well to it. I didn't take those things because I wanted to look cool. Quite the opposite. My wife thought that I looked I looked ridiculous. But I enjoy what I love. I'm at a point in my life when I'm too old to give a shit. I just I just do what I love, and if other people don't like it, that's them. I do what I love. So I took the helmet. The little kids, because there were a lot of little kids there, and they were like, "Oh shit, he's got the Iron Man helmet." And even some grown-ups thought the helmet was pretty cool, and the gauntlet, of course. Uh, so yeah, did that. So we got back a couple of hours ago, and the kids are asleep. My wife went to do something, so I have time to follow up on the conclusion of that morning video before we actually left. And I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil anything about Endgame. It's a really good movie. Scale wise, I still like Infinity War a little bit more because that movie felt epic. It felt huge, and this one does too, but it's more character based. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but it focuses. The first chunk of the movie focuses on the characters. The survivors of the snap. Where if you haven't seen Infinity War, it's a year old, so that's on you. You should have seen it by now. But Thanos gets the Infinity Gauntlet, and his whole deal in this the Marvel Cinematic Universe is that he wants to. He knows that resources are finite. As overpopulation happens, they're gonna run out of resources, which is actually happening right now. Here on Earth, we're wiping out species after species of animal. We're, fucking up the atmosphere, global warming, everything. So he actually has a point. If there was less people in the world, nature would have a way to, fix itself. But because there are more people in the world now than there have ever been, we're kind of ruining the world we live in. So maybe it's because I'm older now, but I kind of agree with what he said. So he gets the Infinity Gauntlet, does the snap, and wipes out half of the life of the universe, not just Earth, the whole universe, everything, wipes it out. So the survivors in Endgame, are dealing with that loss, and it's something that destroys them because they couldn't win, even though they have sort of failed before. That they've had victories, but not definitive victories. There were still massive damage in New York after Loki's first invasion, and my hand is shaking. I'm holding the camera with one hand. So even though they beat Loki and the Chitauri, there were still massive casualties and massive destruction all throughout New York. And then Ultron, when Ultron came around, sure, they beat Ultron and stopped the global extinction of the Earth, but they still, Sokovia was still destroyed, and all the surroundings were destroyed. Families were still wiped out. So no, don't really chalk that up to as a victory. Civil War was also a defeat because a lot of the heroes were thrown in prison, and now the Avengers have to answer to the government. So it was not really a victory. But this one's like a definitive victory. They didn't win anything. Galactus. Thanos got away. He wiped out half of all life on Earth and in the universe. So the first part of the movie is just them dealing with the loss of losing this whole bunch of people, millions and millions of people, and then figuring out that they can't do anything to reverse it. And that was really interesting. It's a slow movie at first. A lot of people might think that. I didn't. I thought that actually worked to the benefit of the movie. Because, like I said, Infinity War is just action, 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 and I loved it for it. That's what made it feel epic. It was just one big, giant action set piece. So I enjoyed that. And this one starts like that. And then something happens, and it sets a course in motion, everything that's going to happen. And that's why I can't get to any spoilers, because if I mention anything, it's going to ruin it. But a lot of a lot of callbacks to something I can't mention. There's a lot of callbacks to the 11 years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know, it's been building up since Iron Man, the that came out like in 2008. Just building up on that, and you know the end credits thing where Nick Fury comes up, and I want to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative. And I was like, I remember when I loved Iron Man. The first Iron movie was great, and Robert Downey Jr. was perfect casting in as Iron Man. Tony Stark. I thought there's a lot of actors that I feel are born to play a role, and Robert Downey Jr. was born to play Iron Man, aka Tony Stark. He much like Tony Stark, he's gone through a whole lot of personal demons and gone through a lot of shit, build himself up together, and perfect casting. And actually, I don't have any complaint on any of the casting of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. A lot of people complain about Idris Elba being cast as Heimdall because Heimdall's a big white guy and Idris Elba is a big black person. Didn't care about that. A whole bunch of people bitched about the Mandarin. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was a good twist on the character. A lot of people complain about the Ancient One being a bold a bold woman instead of an old Asian guy. Didn't care because the actors that they got to play the roles did their roles well. So yeah, the casting in the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe has been really really good. Uh, and it's been the whole journey because from Iron Man in 2008, building up to Phase One, Captain America, Hulk, then Captain America, then Thor, and the Avengers movie, and then Phase Two, Iron Man 2, Thor 2, what else? Winter Soldier, Ant Man, then Age of Ultron. I might have forgotten one. Then of course Doctor Strange, Iron Man 3, Spider Man Homecoming, Civil War, Guardians of the Galaxy. That's I mean Infinity War was I probably I'll do a video on my top favorite Marvel movies, but Infinity War, Guardians of the Galaxy, and this one are pretty high up there. Definitely, this one was really cool, and again, there's a lot of callbacks to the whole history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everything that's happened before gets revisited with callbacks to everything, and I thought that was really cool because it shows the evolution of the story. One of the things I like about Dragon Ball is that it started because the comic book medium tends to be stuck. They develop a character up to a point and then reboot it, or there's an infinite Crisis of Infinite Worlds or a Zero Hour or something like that. That they reboot the character, reset everything, and then you have different writers and artists doing their characters, so they do their thing. And then when that one gets to a point, boom, they reboot it again. And the thing about I love about Dragon Ball is that it starts with Goku as a kid, then he goes to his teenage years, then he goes to gets married, becomes an adult, has kids, has grandkids, dies, come back. There's an evolution of the character, and the thing I love about the Marvel Cinematic Universe is that there's an evolution of their characters. Every one of the characters has gone through a story arc in one way or another. Thor, has gone through a lot of stuff since his introduction. He's lost his mother, he's lost his sister, he's lost his brother, he's lost his dad, he's lost his kingdom. Everything. Lost an eye. Lost Mjolnir. Captain America. Displaced in time. Woke up 70 years later. Lost the love of his life, Peggy Carter, to Alzheimer, I think it was. Lost his faith on the system with the whole Hydra and Shield thing. Lost his faith in the government with the whole Superhuman Registration Act. Tony Stark, he was a weapons dealing playboy. Had a near death experience, came back, became a hero. Messed up a whole bunch of stuff. But all these characters have had that growth, and that's what I've loved about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And everything for the last 11 years comes together in Endgame, and it's really good. It's really really good. It's the show that I went to see started at 9:40, and we got like 20 minutes of commercials. Uh, and then we didn't get that many trailers, and then the movie started and ended like at quarter to one. So yeah, well, actually it was at 1 o'clock. So yeah, 3 hours and something. But it didn't feel like 3 hours. I mean, uh, I've through movies that are like an hour and a half, and they feel like longer than that. And this one just everything was so well paced that I liked it. It didn't drag on. None of the scenes in any part of this movie felt like they drag, in my opinion. I'd have to probably watch it again, but I'm going through my first impressions on it, and not a single scene felt like it dragged. Everything was happening for a reason. Either it was just exposition to explain something, or just the characters interacting after the loss of losing half of all life on the universe. And uh, I like that. I like that. It didn't feel like it dragged, and then everything just picked up and went into overdrive at the ending, at the third act, and it was amazing. It was really, really good. Um, Again, don't want to spoil anything, but there's a lot of really, really impactful moments in this movie. Uh, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Some really, really gut wrenching moments. But they're not gratuitous. They fit into what everything's been established before, and they felt merited. They didn't feel like they did it just to mess with people. It feels like that it was merited, and what had to happen happened for a reason, and I like that. I like that a lot. So they do change a lot. The Marvel Cinematic Universe after this movie, the landscape of everything has changed completely. There's a lot of things that they have to resolve moving forward. Uh, the next movie that's going to come out is going to be Spider-Man: Far From Home, and they have to acknowledge something of what happened in Endgame. I don't know how they're going to do it. There's a lot of things that they have to touch upon, or they cannot touch upon it, I guess. But I would like for them to acknowledge everything that happened in Endgame. Uh, uh, you know, moving forward. I do feel it was a mistake to release that trailer for Far From Home. I felt that they should have just blacked out everything, released Endgame, and then released the trailer for Spider-Man, because with that trailer you knew Spider-Man was coming back, and that kind of it takes the suspense out of, oh, Spider-Man's gonna come back because a new trailer popped. So yeah, that's my only negative to the Marvel marketing department. It's like, you fucked up. You should have just promoted Endgame. Once Endgame ended, maybe a week afterwards, release the trailer for Spider-Man: Far From Home. To at least keep some sort of doubt whether or not Spider-Man was going to come back, because he does. Otherwise there wouldn't be any Far From Home. So that they messed up their own their own marketing there, but it's probably the marketing department. So, final thoughts. Loved Endgame. Definitely recommend you go see it. Do what I did. Don't drink any water. I avoided drinking anything, even though my throat was really parched. I was like, if I drink water, I'm gonna want to go to the bathroom, and I don't want to go to the bathroom. I don't want to miss a second of this movie, and I'm glad I didn't. Once the last act was ending, I gushed down my soda as fast as I could, because my throat was parched. That's something that's happening more recently, that I get thirsty a lot more. Um, But yeah, good movie. Good characters. A lot of good moments. Lot of really memorable moments. Infinity War was great because I had a lot of moments, but this one has more character based moments. I mean, Infinity War was a big spectacle of moments. This one is a more character driven movie, and it's great. I freaking love it. I really like it. I still like Infinity War better, but this one was pretty good. I want to make a video out of it, but if to right now for this video, it goes Infinity War, Guardians of the Galaxy, Endgame, and then the first Avengers movie. And yeah, so really good. If you have a chance to watch it, watch it. Avoid social media in any way you can, because while Marvel, which I thought was stupid, that they asked people not to spoil the end game. Hashtag don't spoil the end game. But they spoiled it themselves with that Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. Stupid. Stupid. You had one job and you messed it up, but avoid social media. On Thursday, oddly enough, there was a whole bunch of spoiler posts on Facebook. At night, I even saw a bunch of posts that they were showing the movie online, which I don't know how that happened. Friday, I didn't even connect to social media that much. I mean, just in case someone sent me a message, and a few things from people I know won't spoil the movie. But I avoided social media until Saturday. But even today, I checked Facebook, and the spoiler was starting to pop up. So don't watch anything. I tried to not spoil anything. Hopefully, I succeeded in spoil anything important. But watch the movie. It's really good. It's really really good, and it's a nice bookend to the first Iron Man movie. Really good. Thumbs up. Definitely my third favorite Marvel movie as of right now. So yeah, sorry I might have taken so long to gush about this movie, but it's really really good. This year I still have three movies I want to see. I want to see Detective Pikachu that's going to come out in May. I want to see that one because I'm a Pokemon fan, and so looking forward to that. I want to see Godzilla, King of the Monsters, because that movie looks fucking amazing. Looks really really good, and I want to see if I can see John Wick 3. I'd love to watch it, but that one's I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to watch that one. But the other one that I can't miss for anything is Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. Want to see that one because I want to see it. It's the end of the Star Wars movies for the foreseeable future, because Disney has said that they want to take a break from releasing Star Wars movies, and that's going to be the end of the Rey Kylo Ren saga. So I want to see how that ends. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Gonna be good. Those three movies: Detective Pikachu, Godzilla, definitely, and Star Wars, definitely, are the next movies that I want to see in the theater. So hopefully, I'll get to see them. But thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for hearing me talk about this great movie for I don't know how long. Want to get more content out, but it's my recent thing. I just need time, and now I have time, so that's why I tend to make longer videos now, because I don't have as much time as I used to. So I suppose I could try doing shorter videos. That might be something I can look into. But yeah, watch Endgame. Don't spoil Endgame for anyone else, because if you do, you're not a cool person. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.